al zo langste tijd gehad. Maak plaats voor zwarte ontwerpers. Er is namelijk veel meer dan urban streetwear. In het Centraal Museum...
Weather is so nice. Let's go into the cold shed, where there is no sun. It's funny, I was just writing a message for the postman. Wanted to stick it on my door because I hoped he could give me a call because I'm here and I don't hear the doorbell. But actually when I wrote the last number of my cell phone number, he was in front of my door. That's cool. So now I can be here without having to worry about missing a package. Missing a package is not a problem. Usually you can pick it up somewhere, and this somewhere is usually very far away from me. And I know these packages weigh, or this package is like 30 kilos in total. It's not going to be fun to move by bike on snow. That said,
mensen in een zaal waar ik tegen mag schreeuwen en die dan gaan lachen om gelukkig te geven mijn mond. Ik moest me aanmelden in een systeem om getest te kunnen worden, dus dat deed ik. En daarna een app downloaden. Die app heet Close. Close is Engels voor dichtbij, maar ook voor gesloten. Alleen dat had ik niet meteen door. Na 2 klikjes waarbij ik onder meer mijn telefoonnummer moest delen, moest ik een code invullen. Die zou op dat moment per sms binnenkrijgen. Dat gebeurde niet. Dus ik klikte op, krijg je de code niet binnen. Waarna ik de vraag kreeg of het genoemde nummer inderdaad mijn telefoonnummer is. En dat was zo. Waarna me beloofd werd dat ik op dat nummer een sms met de code zou binnenkrijgen. Dat gebeurde niet, omdat ik geloof in duidelijke opdrachten. En heb ik hetzelfde traject nog 2. Geassocieerd te worden met...
now I can clean my camera. It's full of dust. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. Okay. Fixed. Oh, looks better. It's not exactly the same size. That's weird. Should be. Maybe you made a mistake. This doesn't supposed to be the same size. This one and this one did. These are exactly the same. So this thing is a tiny bit smaller. I should be able to drill this. And but this one has also flush thingies for screws that are on the wrong side now, so if I got some of these, they will sit in here. Hopefully. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Everything fits. Do we got another? M5, well, different color, but who cares? Just see if everything works. That's M6. I love these inserts. I mean, look at this. Okay, then this one should be here. But yeah, like that. Then I got one longer piece that should be sitting here. And it has no reference to the frame whatsoever. And the reason is, if I use inserts here, the foil is gonna hang over it and you have to punch holes, or at least I'm not able to like push a 5mm bolt through the foil without damaging everything. So this one is gonna use wood screws. The same goes for tiny bits, like this one's gonna sit here and the small one is gonna sit here. Oh yeah, I remember I still have to adjust this frame so slip out more easily, otherwise I will never get it out when it's filled with magnets, I think. So, could be slightly less, but I removed a little bit of material of this side, so I know this side is still the reference. If I put it in like this, put the magnets in, it does make it easier to get out. When does that happen? I just threw it on the ground and it sits like this. Okay. Not gonna glue it in or anything. I just want it to be sitting there. So let me see if I got some screws that are not too long. Those are fine. Could have cleaned the metal before I did this, but now it's too late because it's in there. There's no way I can remove this. Well, they used staples. Why? Did I miss something? Oh, but thanks, I think. Oh. There's more free steel in here. Well, it did its job, as you can see. Okay. Not sure if I keep this. I mean, why not, but... Ah, ain't that cute? It's gonna work like a charm, don't you think? There's one thing I'm gonna do. I need to coat this with something. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna rub it in with some releasing wax. Always nice if you've got all kinds of stuff. So this is mirror glaze, universal mold release, which makes you able to get things out of a mold. So so epoxy and or polyester doesn't stick to it. Also concrete. I used it for the feet of the big planar speakers. It doesn't weigh much. So I need a sponge. Here we got a sponge. Probably needs to be like warm up a little bit like wax for in your hair. It's hard to see, but the frame is in there and the magnets. I'll turn it around so you can see. With the jig that had a few coats of mold release. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna squirt in some cyan acrylate glue in a few of these holes for each magnet. It's not the way to properly fix them forever, but that's the thing. This is a test panel, and I'm not gonna throw the metal away with the magnets if it all turns out to be rather shitty or something, you know? So if I use cyan acrylate, it is not very impact resistant, so I can use a hammer, rubber mallet or something, hit them once, and then they should be able to get off or heat it up, and they should come free. So that's what I'm gonna do. I bought one of these packages. It's cyan acrylate and an activator. My favorite one because it's really cheap. It's 11 euros. And you get an activator with it. Compare that to normal activator and glue. It's insanely cheap. I'm just gonna squirt it in some of the holes. Something like this. Leave it a little bit. Let it soak in and use the activator. Blowing on it doesn't help really. I mean, it's the moist that cures it. And the only thing you do is remove the activator even faster than it already is. Now, moment of truth. Ooh. It's a lot of CA glue drying at once. It creates some fumes that hurt your eyes as well. So now I should be able to get this frame out, and then the magnet should be kind of stuck. Well, that was easy. Now I can add some of the tape. Got some foamy tape. This is foam tape that is made really cheap. It's foam tape for windows and such. So there is a piece of plastic on top of the foam tape. So the glue side is sitting on this plastic tape so you can get it off. But I don't want this plastic on there, so I'll strip it as far as I can. And then glue in this stuff. Well, glue stick. Okay. This was how many millimeter shims I needed? I forgot. 6. Okay. But if the membrane is in there, then this should go on. I think the foam is a bit too stiff or too high. I cannot change that right now, and I was afraid that might happen. Might be that the foam is too stiff. I need softer foam. Kind of was afraid that might happen, and it did. But I cannot touch materials right now. I have to order something and hope for the best, and then discover it's not correct. It sucks. Stupid mistake. Really a really dumb mistake. Fuck it. I did not mirror the image, and I think I did not mirror it with all the other designs either. Oh fucking hell, I hate when that happens. So yeah, so I can turn it around, then it should work. But it does mean that the connections as I intended it to be, is not how it ends up in this case. Another downside is the foil should sit like up till here. The problem is I cannot see it if this thing is removed. So that's kind of dumb. Hello. So yes, it's not perfect by any means. I mean, well, as I explained already, the foil is reversed, the foam is not correct, I could not use the membrane I wished I used, so it's just a basic one. The space in between these coils is too large. It looks like it's separating here. Anyhow, not great. Not great at all. But at the same time, I see a lot of problems in the measurements that are typical of planar magnetic loudspeakers in general. And well, you can disagree, and probably a lot of people will, and they say, yeah, well, you just didn't make it correctly. Might be true, or it is true to some extent, but still, I don't know. It's just not giving much more than the versions I made earlier. So what I'm gonna do is flip all the magnets and do a typical normal planar magnetic with like a coil going up and down, so I can make a impedance that I want, not something that is based on the thickness of foil, but just the width of the traces dictates, in combination of course with the thickness of the foil, the impedance. But then at least I can get, if I want 4 ohm, I can get 4 ohm. If I want 5 ohm, 6 ohms, 8 ohms, whatever, I can manage to do that. In this case, it's not possible. You have to change the foil thickness, which is hard. Hey, please. As well, what I'm gonna do is change out all the wood screws and probably will mount some inserts so I can, change up this design a little bit a few times without destroying all the wooden parts. Because now I will, I'll chew up every wooden part, and yeah, it was quite a lot of work. So I want to get more out of this test panel. I mean, this is not it. I could use another membrane. I think it will be, slightly better, but still, it's not great. I mean, for instance, here, it's rather floppy. Also, the sound of this foil isn't, I don't know, I don't like it. Well, the rest is quite okay, but also the distance to magnet is like, I think it's even far more than 3mm, because the foam is so stiff. These brackets here are a little bit like twisted, and so it means the foil is further away from the magnet. So I am gonna change it all. I'm probably gonna remove everything, change the foam maybe. Not able to cut something off, I guess, but would be nice. I probably will CNC or route away the space where the foam is sitting and make it a little bit deeper so the foam doesn't compress as much as it does right now. As for now, I'm not very happy with the result. It's rather shitty even. I could make a foil that, plays better than this in distortion. There's one thing, it does go really low. That's about it. It goes low. And I don't, it's not like Apogee measures like this. Not at all. I mean, I made quite a lot of mistakes. It's just that already I know that they have the same problems that every other magnet pen or magnet planar loudspeaker has. But if you got a Apogee stage, for instance, so a small panel, far larger than this one, by the way, and you could make a distortion measurement, that would be really awesome for me. I don't own those, and I wonder, because first I wasn't happy with my panels. There's distortion near resonance quite a lot, and I thought, well, how did MagnaPen did it? And I had some SMGAs that are kind of the same surface area, a little bit smaller, but they have exactly the same distortion. Nothing changed. Mine did, well, similar, maybe even a little bit better, but not by much. I mean, maybe just because it is slightly larger, but So they have the same problems, nothing special. And I wonder, I think this has the same problem. It's not a problem, but I mean, it just performs the same as the other stuff. It looks different, that's for sure. And it's a little bit more efficient. I mean, it has more powerful magnets, so there is something you can achieve there. But it could be another design using the same magnets to do that. But we'll see. I mean, this is rather complicated. Ow! Oh! Ow! Sorry, Poes. Hey, Poes. Ah, Poepie. Standing on our tail.